the knees for his pants.
Judge Judy. You are about to enter the courtroom of Judge Judith Scheindlin. This is Judge Judy.
18-year-old Beatrice Barkin is suing her ex-boyfriend's brother, Avis Wright, for stealing her dog.
Order. All rise. It's case number 80 on the calendar, the matter Barkin versus Wright.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Mr. Wright, how old are you?
I'm 32.
Who do you live with?
Currently, I got a little situation going on. I live in North Dakota, but I'm currently in Minnesota taking care of some personal problems. So I got a house in North Dakota. I live with my wife in North Dakota.
I don't hear a word you said. Currently, you have a situation. Where do you live?
Where do I live? I said I live in North Dakota, but I'm currently in Minnesota taking care of some personal situation.
Where do you work?
I work for MnDOT in Minnesota doing construction.
How many days a week do you work there doing construction?
It depends on what work we got available.
Where's her
sometimes
dog?
I work
Where's her dog?
In North Minneapolis.
What's the address? What's the address where the dog is?
Is James Avenue.
You do want to get home, don't you?
That don't matter to me.
You want to stay in Los Angeles?
I mean, you don't even know. You don't know what's going on. So
let me tell you what's going on. What's going on is Miss Barkin says she gave you her dog to train.
That's what she
said.
said.
Now, with your current situation, from wherever you are to wherever you are, you're not in any place where you have a dog.
Exactly. That's my point. Exactly.
So I want to know where her dog is.
Her dog is where I just told you is at.
With whom?
To the place that I reside at. That's where it's at for right now. I live in Minneapolis, man. There's a lot of things going on that
I don't care about your life.
I don't know how to explain. I
don't want to care about your life. Who's taking care of the dog now?
I don't know how to answer your question. I am still taking care of the dog.
Well, you're not taking care of the dog. You're between two different states. How could you be taking care of the dog? You travel with the dog?
I just told you I'm in Minnesota currently now, but my address, you asked me where do I live. My home is in North Dakota, but I'm on probation. I'm on probation in Minnesota.
I only want to know
where you asked me a question, I will have to explain that question to you.
No, I don't want you to explain.
I don't know what answer you're looking for.
I just want you to tell me where the dog is.
And I just did.
Good. Now, today, as we're standing here, who's watching the dog?
My sister is.
And what's your sister's name is?
I don't want to disclose that information because she don't have nothing to do with this dog party. If she could settle what she owed me, she could have her dog. That person don't have nothing to do with it. This lady have not paid nothing. I got evidence to prove everything she talking about is a lie. I just want to go through the evidence and you can face that. But however, me giving somebody else's name, I'm not going to do that.
Mr. Wright, if you had a counterclaim...
I don't want a counterclaim. She going to lose her case regardless because she owed me. I don't owe her nothing. I don't owe her nothing, period.
Let me explain something to you. You got a dog, probably, and you had no right to get a dog because you didn't know how to take care of it. Do you understand?
Know where the dog to stay. The dog stayed with me from the day she bought the dog to been in my house the whole time.
Shut up.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do us both a favor. Just listen, okay? All right.
You probably had no business getting a dog because it doesn't sound to me as if you chose a very, very together person to train your dog. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. He works construction 5 days a week.
That's a lie.
Hey, don't speak to me.
I'm sorry, but...
Don't speak to me.
Okay.
Don't speak to me. He says he works construction 5 days a week. Bird, would you take his phone away from him?
I was going to show you.
Take his phone away from him.
Days ago.
Bird, you got the dog when?
March 31st.
From the beginning of April to today's date, how many days has the dog been with you?
From March 31st until May 2nd when I gave him the dog was with me in the night. The dog only spent one night with him. The dog spent most of the nights with me, and the dog spent a night with his niece. And he got the dog from his niece's house when I was at work.
Do you know this address that he's talking about?
He's lying about that. He does not know. He has 2 blood sisters, and I know their names, and I know their address, and I know where they live. He's lying. He doesn't... I know his sister because why? His brother is my ex-boyfriend, so therefore... His brother...
Just a second. Different program.
Okay.
Right now, I don't know where the dog is. Neither do you. I don't know whether he has it, whether he sold it.
He sold
whether
it.
He did something wrong with him. Okay, so it's a good thing that you didn't do that much bonding with the dog, it's not a dog that you had for a year or 2 or 3 or 4. I want you to show me a bill of sale from where you bought the dog.
Here you go. Do I bring it to her?
What made you... This is nothing. What is this?
That's my receipt from...
Signed by anybody.
It is a receipt. I have messages. I bought it from on Facebook.
Good. If you have messages, I'll take a look at Facebook messages.
She purchased the dog.
I purchased the dog. I bought the dog.
Don't speak to her, or I'm sending him back. And he makes you look very short.
I am short.
I want to see something that I believe. This is nonsense. It's not a bill of sale. It's not signed by anybody. You go into a store and you can get a receipt like this. It's a nothing.
Okay, but that's the point. I bought it off a Facebook app. I bought the dog from this lady named Shannon. I had to drive like 2 hours away from Minnesota to go get the dog at 9.
So let me see. You said you had texts from this woman, Shannon, from where you bought the dog. Let me see them. This is nothing. It's 0.
These are text messages of when I still owed her $200, and there's a
May I see?
There's
May
a
I
money
see?
order
May I
right
see?
there.
May I see?
The dog was $350.
Shh. I see 150 sent by MoneyGram.
I sent.
Shh. I see $150 sent by MoneyGram. Point out. Yes. Okay. Right here on March 30th. Don't forget the $200 owed on the puppy tomorrow. I won't, trust me. I'm super excited. Got everything for my puppy. Got it. Now I want to see a picture of the puppy. What kind of dog was it?
It's a poodle mixed with a beagle.
Now I'm going to get back to you. He got the dog for some sort of training. He says you owe him for dog training. He did. And if you don't pay him for the dog training, you're not getting the dog back. He doesn't have a counterclaim. That's what the case is about. Now, which sister is taking care?
She's not my biological sister. She's a friend I've been knowing for over 20 years, so...
Well, because she knows your biological sisters. You have two quiet, my mouth is moving. You have 2 biological sisters, so neither one of your sisters is watching the dog. Who's watching the dog? Listen, let me explain what it's going to cost you. Do you understand?
I'm listening to
I'm going to explain. You're supposed to get an appearance fee for coming on this show. Do you understand? You either get it or not. Your choice. Who is the dog staying with?
I have the dog over in North Minneapolis at the place.
I can't understand you. You have the dog where?
I just told you the same thing I'm about to repeat, and you keep cutting me off. I said I have the dog over in Minneapolis where she don't try to go in the house and break in the house and take the dog multiple times while I had to hide it while she thought I was at work. She know exactly in that house in Minneapolis, but I'm not going to give you that lady name. But she know where the dog is at.
Okay. Raise your hand if you tried to go and get the dog.
Both of them.
Raise your hand. Good. Okay, so you know where the dog is?
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
the dog,
you know what the dog is?
It's not there. It's not there.
Because when they went there, I had them get there. I already knew they was going to go do it.
That's a lie. And
so
plus,
I had to hide the dog.
His witness that's sitting down went with us to go get the dog.
His witness can't even find the knees for his pants. I am going to give you an order that you can bring to a marshal. The marshal will execute that order with you. What we're going to do with the defendant's appearance fee is hold it until you get your dog back. Do you understand? Now, he can go back to Minneapolis. He can go wherever he wants to go. He can do that.
Yes,
but he is going without any money. And the only way he's going to get his money is if you get the dog. Do you understand? Perfect. Wait outside for the order. Thank you.
It's just that simple.
Why is our excuse, Jimmy? Step out.
If she don't get my money, she's not gonna get the dog. She didn't get my money, so she's not getting the dog.
I needed my money because he's not gonna give my dog back.
From the day she bought the dog been with me. She came from buying the dog straight to me.
He only spent one. Sold it. He sold it to a lady and he can't get it back.
And now, the next case.
All parties in the matter of Lindsay Clark versus Gilliard. Step forward.
Leanne Lindsay Clark is suing her niece, Janae Gilliard, and nephew, James Gilliard, for the value of a car and a loan for bail.
Miss Clark,
Yes,
the young woman is your niece. Is that your sister's daughter?
my sister's daughter, yes.
And the young man Standing next to her is your nephew. That's also your sister's child. Your
Yes.
Same sister.
Yes.
And you are how old?
I'm 32 years old.
And you?
I'm 27 years old.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a program coordinator for a nonprofit organization.
And you?
Forklift operator.
And what do you do?
I was a substitute teacher. I have a degree in elementary education.
Miss Gilliard, you have children. How many?
I have 2 children.
How old are they?
They are 2 and 4.
And they are currently placed with your aunt.
That is correct.
How long have they been in placement with your aunt?
About a year.
You visit, don't speak,
Okay.
and they're placed by the courts.
That's correct.
This is what this case is about with regard to you. Your aunt says that there came a time, sometime last year, that she, who has custody of your 2 children, she says, with the understanding that you would use that car to sort of get yourself back on track so that you could regain custody of your children. So far, does that sound right?
I don't think the children have anything to do with it. I know that she's seen me struggling, and she...
How would I know about your children if she didn't tell me about your children in her complaint?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I assume that you visit the children, or that you visit, does she take the children for you to see them someplace? Where do you see your children?
That doesn't have anything to do with a car.
Oh, this has everything to do with me.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
Leanne Lindsay Clark is suing her niece, Janae Gilliard, and nephew, James Gilliard, for the value of a car and a loan for bail.
Okay, she says that, which is probably true, having sat in the family court, that when children are removed, there is usually a plan for the biological parent to regain custody of their children. And usually, since in your case, it probably had something to do with drugs. Court said you have to have completed a drug program, you have to be tested for drugs periodically, you have to be working, and I'm actually 100% certain that that's what the plan was, for you to get your children back. Your aunt says that in order to help you with your plan, she purchased a car for you last year, and the agreement that she had with you was as long as you stayed clean, sober, and was working towards getting your kids back, that was the deal. That's why she did it. That's what she says. And considering that there is some objective data that supports that, Ms. Gilliard, A, that you're 32 years old, you have a job, there would be no reason for your children to be out of your custody, placed by the courts with a non-parent, and that you acknowledge in your answer that you had an unclean drug test at some point, which is when your aunt came to get the car. That all makes sense. Those are objective facts. So the story that I sort of put together from that makes sense. But I will allow you, if you like, to clarify anything that I got wrong.
Yeah. Sorry,
Just clarify anything. Just clarify anything that you don't tell me the whole story.
The car was purchased off the basis of me keeping my job. She knew that I was walking to work, and she wanted to help me out. In Leavenworth, Kansas, they don't have any public transportation, and she knew I was walking 20 minutes.
Don't listen to me. Law, you can't decide what's in the operation of someone else's mind. What they knew, what they thought, what they cared about, what was important to them. That all calls for the operation of the mind. I want you to tell me subjectively what fact that I just stated for you was incorrect.
And that the fact that she voluntarily said that she wanted to help me purchase a car.
And why would, now I can ask for the operation of your mind, because you're right here. I can say to you, here is somebody who is taking care of your 2 children, something that she didn't bargain for. I assume, since she bought you this car, that your house is open to her so that you can visit the children. Or that you visit, does she take the children for you to see them someplace? Where do you see your children?
That doesn't have anything to do with a car.
Oh, this has everything to do with me. Do you live with your aunt?
No, I don't live with my aunt.
Where do you see your children?
I see them in Leavenworth, Kansas.
At her house?
No, I don't go to her house.
At whose house?
I have a home that I bring them to.
How often?
What does that have to do with a car? I don't feel comfortable answering that.
Well, That's sort of interesting. That would lead me to a lot of very interesting questions of whether or not there's something going on here.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Your complaint says that the reason you bought a car for her is because it was court-ordered. I don't believe that I will ever see a court order directing someone to have a car.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
Leanne Lindsay Clark is suing her niece, Janae Gilliard, and nephew, James Gilliard, for the value of a car and a loan for bail.
Now, usually when you don't want to answer a question, it's because you don't want to get into trouble.
No, it's because kids don't have anything to do with a gift, a car that was purchased as a gift.
Yes, it does.
No,
well, it does.
doesn't.
Actually, it does, and it's getting more to do with it, because when the children are placed with you,
Yes.
they live with you.
They do.
They do. Full time.
Yes.
All the time.
All the time.
All the time.
Yes.
Well, that's not what your niece says. She says she takes them to her house, where she has a home.
And she did at one time. She did.
At what time?
When they were having visitation that way. But now we just go down to the office, and that's where...
Questions are not going to go away. Was there a time when she was taking the children to her house?
Yes.
And was that permitted by the court?
Yes.
All right. And then something happened in order to make that supervised visitation.
Yes.
Just a minute. Listen, the two of you can decide that if you don't like these questions, if you don't like my questions, you can say, you know what, Judge, we're going to take my case back to wherever we came from in small claims court, because your complaint says that the reason you bought a car for her is because it was court ordered, that she have a job, that she have a car.
Exactly.
There's a second. Not exactly. Court never orders that you have a car. I don't believe that I will ever see a court order directing someone to have a car, that you must have a car. The court will order that you have a job before you can get your children back.
But
so all of this is in the complaint.
Oh.
And pay careful attention, the two of you, so you can look at each other and decide what you want to do. I don't plan on getting off this tear until I find out what's going on. So if you're not happy with this, say, we're going back to small claims court. Thank you very much. Do you understand?
I hear
you want to talk to him?
Yeah, I don't see what kids have to do with this at all. It's about a car. It's about a car.
Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
No.
Continues in a moment. Are you in a family dispute? Go to JudgeJudy.com, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter.
This is very, very easy. Either you're going to answer my questions about your children, the car, where they are, how long they've been there, whether you are taking them to your house now or not. These are all things that I am going to find are important to this car issue. Why she bought you the car, why she came to take it away. And if you're not comfortable answering those questions, you can say goodbye and leave. That's what you're going to do. Say goodbye and leave. If you're comfortable answering the questions, and I'm going to keep answering until I feel as if I have a truthful answer. Okay? Now, you may not want to, neither may your brother want to answer questions, but they're going to be questions that are posed. So you want to talk to your brother for a minute?
No, I answer your questions.
Great. When were the children coming to your house? In what months and year?
I don't recall.
Okay, case is over. Case is dismissed without prejudice. Go back to where you came from. And I would suggest that social services go pay a home visit immediately.
Why is that excused? You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
You're fighting over your mother.
There's little love between brother and sister.
This woman stole money from my mother.
Did you go into your sister's church and scream that she had kidnapped your mother?
I have the police report here, and he got a misdemeanor for lying to the police.
And a surprise from another brother.
What do you want to say?
I just want to point out the character of this man.
You don't have to point it out. I got it.
Judge Judy.
You are about to enter the courtroom of Judge Judith Scheindlin. This is Judge Judy.
Daniel Balianu is suing his sister, Marcella Roseberry, for slander,
defamation of character, false accusations, and a false restraining order.
Order. All rise. It's case number 132 on the calendar in the matter of Bailout versus Roseberry.
Thank you.
Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat, please.
Mr. Bailout, this is your sister, and you're all fighting over your mother. How old is your mother?
She's 73.
And how long?
I forgot what date, but it was recent.
Who does your mother live with?
She lives alone right now.
You're suing your sister for damages for slander, defamation of character, and filing a false restraining order that she filed on behalf of herself and your mother. Let's start first things first. Slander. You want to tell me how your sister slandered you?
Your Honor, initially opening up a public record in a court of law that I abused my mother, and there was the judge found that there's no evidence.
Just a second. The court case that you're talking about that involved the slander, is that the same court case for the restraining order?
That's one of the issues, yes.
So that the slander is part of the filing false restraining order?
Yes, Your Honor.
So that I don't have to hear anything other than let me see what your sister filed in an attempt to get a restraining order.
Yes, Your Honor.
These are a lot of papers here. Money owed for slander, which is part of the filing of a restraining order, which I'm going to look at. Your mother would be really happy everybody's fighting. What is your mother's name?
Eva Bailout.
She filed this restraining order.
That is not correct, Your Honor. It was falsely filed by Marcella impersonating my mother. And to correct the record that you said behalf.
Just a second.
It was only my mother.
That's not slander. This says the reason the request for a restraining order was made because it says my son Daniel went into my apartment without my permission. He told my other son, Gabe, that he still wants money from me that was given to me by the court for the sale of the house. I want to go home to my apartment, but I am afraid he is there because he has been mentally and physically abusive to me.
May I, Your Honor?
Yes.
So those statements are completely false, and I have the evidence to prove that those statements that were made there are completely false.
What difference does that make? Your mother signed this.
Right. My mother, having the Alzheimer's way back before she said...
Your mother signed this.
That's not my mother's handwriting, and she did not agree to that statement in court in testimony, Your Honor, and I apologize.
Just a second.
Yes.
If what you're saying is you have statement under oath by your mother in a court proceeding that she did not sign this document, I'd be more than happy to see it. Show me.
In page 45 and 46 in the transcript, it shows...
Don't tell me what it says. Show it to me. That's ridiculous. It doesn't say that she didn't sign this at all. What the court is asking her in this transcript, do you want Daniel to be able to visit with you, come to see you? Like I told you, if you're going to make the decision and protection for me, that's what she says. She never says she didn't sign this. Daniel.
Yes.
She never said she didn't sign it. That's your mother. Has nothing really to do with your sister anyway.
Your Honor, I apologize. The statement that was made, supposedly made by my mother, was proven by what you just read, that she wants to visit with me and not afraid of me.
Give this back. That's not what it says at all, sir. What I'm telling you is your mother did not say unequivocally she didn't want to visit with you. She said, if you can protect me, I want to visit with him. That's what she said. So let's get to your next cause of action, Daniel, and don't waste any more of my time.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Defamation of character. Is the defamation of character related to the filing of these documents?
Yes, and additional.
What is the additional document?
In public, on social media, she had defamed me and said that I...
See it. Who's J-H-O-N-B?
Yes, that's my brother.
Your Honor, it's a group conversation that she was involved in it. If you read the whole thing...
I'm not reading the whole thing. It says, Steve, you can't take care of yourself. You and Danny, this is to Steve, will be held accountable. You will be put in jail and the family won't miss you. Why? Because you two have done nothing but cause us heartache and trouble. You need to get sober. You need to take responsibility for yourself and your actions. Long, short of the story, grow up and be a man. Don't contact me again because I'm going to get a lawyer and make sure that you and Danny stop making a joke of the law once and for all and be held accountable. That is not slander. They can say exactly what they think. You don't want to have a conversation with them. Don't have a conversation with them.
Your Honor, it was a group text message would defame me.
Do you want them to only say nice things about you in a group chat? Perfect. Now we're done with your case. Now, you have a counterclaim.
Yes, I
do.
do.
It says that your brother filed a false claim against you to Protective Services.
Yes, he did.
I'd like to see the claim. What kind of work do you do, Mr. Bailout?
I'm an IT professional. Your Honor.
Go. How much was the house?
About $182,500 when we bought it.
$182,500.
Yes, Your Honor.
In what year?
1996.
Who lived in the house?
It was myself, my mom, and my dad. We bought it together. We're on. Yes.
I'm asking questions.
Okay.
When was the house sold?
December 2008.
How much was it sold for?
$350,000.
So it was $350,000 in profit.
No, Your Honor. By the time everything was done, we ended up with $100,000.
Had somebody taken out second loans on the house?
We refinanced.
That's either a yes or a no.
I refinanced the house, yes, Your Honor. And I did have some cash to fix the house up. Correct.
You refinanced the house. In what year did you refinance the house?
I believe it was sometime in 2003.
How much did you get?
Roughly around $30,000.
What did you do with the money?
I spent it on fixing the house.
In 2008, in whose name was the house?
Mine, alone.
How did that happen?
My mother and my dad signed a quitclaim deed. They were scared off by their church that the government was going to take the house away if my dad passed away.
Careful. Listen to me. Your mother and father signed a quitclaim deed so that the house was solely yours in 2000 and what?
2000, Your Honor. I apologize for the date. And then they also gave me a power of attorney the 26th of May, 1998.
Who had put in the money when the house was purchased for $182,500?
I and my mother.
How much money did your mother put in?
About $14,000.
How much money did you put in?
Over $25,000.
Did someone have to direct what percentage of the sale of the house your mother got?
Only I.
Is that correct?
No.
Now you can speak. You're a sibling, I assume?
Yes, I'm a sibling.
Who directed that your mother get money?
He had an attorney. My mom and my sister had an attorney because they were also on the house.
And how much was it directed that your brother give of the sale of the house to your mother and sister?
None, because it was the attorneys that gave the money. My mom received 42%. He received the other 58%. He did not give her one dime.
Well, your mother got 42%.
Yes.
Of the sale of the house.
Of the sale of the house.
Which at that time was $300,000 and some odd thousand.
Yes.
So your mother got maybe $180,000.
Whatever the math is, yes.
Has she been living off of that money?
Yes. Well, it's been a few years, so I'm not sure if she has it all left or...
She had to pay...
She lives independently at home.
Yes.
Who takes care of the finances?
I do.
What's the monthly maintenance in that?
She pays... she's on housing, so her share is $232 a month.
Now, if she's on housing, that means that she had to have dissipated all of her funds in order for her to get money. I'm just putting the family together so that I understand that. Did your mother give any of the children money of this $180,000? Look at me. Did your mother give you any part of the $180,000?
She did give me some money, yes.
How much money did she give you?
She gave me...
look at me. Don't look over there.
She gave me a few thousand.
What's a few?
Like 5,000.
When?
When I bought my house, but we're paying her back. So
did she give you any money?
Not a dime.
You?
Well, she gave both of us for the house, yes.
How much did she give you? She's allowed to give you money.
Yeah, she gave me money.
She's allowed to give you money. I'm just trying to get what's going on.
Yeah, she gave me money.
How much money did she give you?
She gave me like $5,000 to put down on my house.
And then?
Sometimes she gave me money here and there.
Right.
But, yeah.
Did she ever give you any money?
Not a dime.
Just want to know. I'm just figuring it out.
Understandably.
You got it.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Stay away from your sister.
Your Honor, may I explain?
No. Stay away from your sister. Don't go to her church. Don't go to her place of business. Stay away from her.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
Daniel Bailout says his sister, Marcella Roseberry, slandered and defamed him when she accused him of abusing their mother. Marcella is countersuing for a false claim to Adult Protective Services.
I didn't see Adult Services complaint.
He reported me to APS, and I had to get investigated.
So what? If your brother is saying, my sister is in charge of my mother's finances, and she's in charge of things, she takes care of things, and I know that my sister never had any money, and all of a sudden my sister is buying a house, I think that my sister may be taking advantage of my mother. Investigated. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and nothing was
wrong
found.
with that. That's okay. You don't have to find something bad every time you look, but you're allowed to make a complaint unless it's made maliciously and without any basis in fact. I just found basis in fact, and I hardly know you. In dementia, gave you money to buy a house.
Yeah.
And gives you money here and there. And if she gives you money here and there, some people might say, listen, that's a little elder abuse. Listen, your mother would be, if she was a nice lady, and I assume she was a nice lady, would be so miserable to know that her children ended up fighting in court. What do you want to say?
I just want to point out the character of this man.
I know it. You don't have to point it out.
Okay.
You don't have to point it out. I got it.
I appreciate that.
I got the whole picture. Okay?
Your Honor, he even reported me for kidnapping my mom because I moved her from Anaheim to, I have the police report here, and he got a misdemeanor for lying to the police on here.
I know who he is. You're suing him for making a false report to Adult Protective Services. That's what you claim.
Yeah, and the kidnapping one.
That's what you claim. Let me see. You say he called Adult Protective Services and claimed that I had kidnapped and neglected my mother. The claims were proven false and unfounded.
Yes.
On February 10th, he stormed into my church in the middle of church services and charged me, screaming that I owed him money and that I kidnapped my mother in front of 200 people. Did you go to her church?
Your Honor, I went to go look
yes
after my mother. Initially, there and I made a phone conversation that, yes, we're going to meet at this time. My mom was not found at her house. They took her away specifically for me not to visit with her. The court ordered that I could visit on the certain days, and only certain days, and I have that evidence. And I went to go look for my mother. My mother told me that she was going to the church.
Did you go to the church?
Yes, I did, and looking for my mother.
Looking for your mother doesn't mean that...
Yes, Your Honor.
Looking for your mother means going with a police officer and saying, let's go and see if she's at church. Maybe she's in church. Going to a church and screaming in front of 200 people at her is not looking for your mother. Did you go in to your sister's church and in front of 200 people scream that she had kidnapped your mother?
It was after church when everybody was talking in the church.
Your Honor, I actually have audio of that.
I'd like to hear it.
Okay.
You testify constantly in the court of law, and I'm the guy that got defended. And I'm going to see my mother.
That was it.
Did you request a protective order to keep him away from you?
I requested it. I didn't put all my evidence together, so
the answer is
I requested it for myself, yeah.
But then it was dismissed.
I didn't know that I could extend it because I had a court date with him on that day because he filed a restraining order on me, and it was dismissed because he...
Mr. Bailout, stay away from your
false.
sister. Stay away from your sister.
Your Honor, may I explain?
No. Stay away from your sister. Don't go to her church. Don't go to her place of business. Stay away from her.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
This woman stole money from my mother, and she abuses my mother. She took that money from her, $50,000 that I gave her. She lied to the government.
Are you finished?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
Daniel Balianu claims his sister, Marcella Roseberry, falsely accused him of abusing their mother.
Now you've been warned. Now she has a tape that you've been warned to stay away from her. If you do not stay away from her, she's going to get a protective order, and you'll find yourself in jail. Stay away from her.
Your Honor, I'm here to plead my case to you, and I would love for you to hear me.
We're done.
We're done. My sister stole $50,000 from my mom. That money was not given to her.
Just a second.
And I apologize, Your Honor.
Hey, listen to me. I want you to understand something. How old are you?
I am 52 years old.
Shut up.
And this woman stole money from my mother. And she abuses my mother, and she took that money from her, $50,000 that I gave her. Your Honor, this woman is a thief, and she had put my mom in a home where government pays subsidies, and this woman took that money. It wasn't given to her. She lied to the government, including my to put my mother in a place like that.
Are you finished?
Your Honor,
listen to me.
My mother loves me, Your Honor. My mother loves me, and she takes, and I can take care of her. I took care of her.
I can't help you. If what you are seeking is to be declared the guardian of your mother, you can listen to what I'm saying to you carefully. If what you are seeking is to be declared, don't speak again, ever, here. If what you believe appropriately for your mother would be for you to be her guardian, her caretaker, there is a family court where you can be declared the guardian. Mother can give away any amount of money that she wants, and she doesn't necessarily I told you, I don't want to hear you.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Closed captioning sponsored by. Are you in a family dispute? Go to judgejudy.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Now, I'm finished. Your mother can give away any amount of money that she wants, and the money that your mother, if it's true, gave to your sister or your sister took from her is none of your business unless you are your mother's quiet guardian or you're the executor of her estate. It's not your job. And if you want to see your mother, and if you believe that you are being deprived of the ability to see your mother in spite of a court order, file for a violation of that court order. I'm not listening to anything more about money, which is always the root of everything. Follow the money, not the welfare of the person. Follow the money. What riles you is the money that your sister stole from my mother, not your business.
Your Honor, I have to speak.
You're done.
It didn't hit her bank account, Your Honor.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
You worked for the plaintiffs, taking care of their father. When did you start taking care of him?
14 months ago.
If you can't remember when you started to work, I wouldn't let you take care of a goldfish.
Judge Judy.
I knew the judge would see right through him because it's not true.
That money never hit my mom's bank account.
The court gave her the money. He never gave her any money, and nobody stole $50,000 from her.
They're not allowing our family to be together because of hatred for me.
This is not right. My mom is too sick for this.
I will fight them in court until the truth comes out.
She was attracted to his bank account.
How much did you receive?
$60,000.
And all of a sudden you needed money.
But paying him back, a turnoff.
I actually have text messages of him telling me not to worry about it.
Oh, well, this is very nice of him. It shows that he's a nice person and you're not.
He began asking me out after he gave me the money. I refused him.
Listen to me, you're not a victim.
This is Judge Judy.
Todd Moody is suing his former friend, Nancy, an attorney.
Order. All rise. This is case number 187 on the calendar in the matter of Moody versus Camello.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated.
Mr. Moody, it is your claim that you loaned the defendant, someone who you knew from high school, $4,500 for a lawyer.
Yes.
And you needed a lawyer because you were involved in a custody dispute with the father of one or more of your children.
Yes.
Okay. Tell me when you made this loan, month and year.
June 17th is the first day I met with her and gave her...
June 17th of what year?
2019.
And at that time you gave her?
I gave her $3,500.
Where did you get the money from?
From my bank account.
Okay, and you have proof of that with you?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to see it.
There's two different transactions. One's the $3,500, and then the following day she asked me for another $1,000. That's why both those are highlighted, and the withdrawal slip for the $35 is on the back of those papers.
Well, one says quick pay was Zelle payment to Nancy Camello. The other one just says withdrawal on the 17th.
Yes, I withdrew the money and gave her cash because she needed it that day, because she was going the following day to see the attorney.
What's the name of the attorney you went to see?
I mean...
The name of your lawyer is not a secret.
Well, I don't know. I've never done this before. Lauren...
And you made a payment to the lawyer on either the 17th or the 18th of June in the amount of $3,500. So if I, with your permission, would call the attorney would confirm that you made a $3,500 payment either on the 17th or the 18th. Am I correct?
Well, no, actually, the amount that I needed to give her was $4,000. That's why Mr. Moody gave me $1,000 more.
It's not my question to you. My question to you is, would the attorney tell me that on or about the 17th or the 18th of June, you made a payment of at least $3,500 on those dates?
Absolutely.
And your case is ongoing?
Yes.
Now, if you had to give the lawyer $4,000, why did you take $4,500 from him?
I originally thought that I needed that amount to give to... For a retainer fee. I originally thought I needed that amount for a retainer fee, which I ended up giving to her that she needed. That went towards more of a retainer fee because my retainer fee has been depleted since the time that I gave it to her originally.
I just want to know if you had to give her $4,000, which is what you just told me.
I thought originally that I needed $4,500.
Did you give it?
I gave the lawyer...
$4,000, which is what you told me.
Yes.
Did you give him back $500?
No, he was fine with it.
Well, I mean, according to this, he was your friend from high school. You sort of reconnected decades later on Facebook or one of those machine characters, and all of a sudden you needed money.
Yes.
Okay, so if you thought you needed $45 and all you needed was $4, and he was generous enough to, as you say, give you that money, why wouldn't you be honest enough to return the $5 to him that you didn't need the next day?
He told me to keep it for my children.
I never knew about the $500.
Just a second. Of course not. Because you couldn't even get your story straight with me. Do you understand?
I understand what you're saying.
You understand where I'm coming from.
Yes.
You know, one of the things that I sort of find irritating is when somebody uses somebody else for money, which it appears that you did, because then you go on to complain, well, once he gave me the money, he wanted to go out on a date, and I knew he liked me from high school. What do you do for a living, Mr. Moody?
Right now I'm unemployed.
What had you done?
I was doing quality control in the warehouse.
And you had a bank account, according to this, that started out with a balance of $26,000. Where did that come from?
I had a settlement for workers' comp May area.
How much did you receive?
$60,000.
And in what month did you connect with Miss Camello?
It had been last year, towards the end of 2018.
And in what month and year did you get this workman's comp settlement?
I received that probably in the middle of May 2019.
Did you tell Miss Camello that you had received it?
No, I did not. I didn't tell anybody that I received the money. I purchased new tires for my car. And people saw that and, oh, he must have money. So then a lot of people started asking for money.
How long haven't you worked?
Since May. The same day I received that check is the same day that I was like, oh, my job.
Going to go through that money very fast, sir.
If I keep loaning people money and they don't pay me back, correct.
Well, was Miss Camillo working?
No, she was not.
Your Honor, I am state-aided. So, I have a child that has severe medical problems that I stay home with.
What does that have to do with whether or not you're working?
Well,
I mean, I'm making a judgment as to whether or not the plaintiff had a reasonable expectation of being repaid the money.
He knew I couldn't repay him.
I'm not, listen to me. I'm speaking. When I'm speaking, you don't. I mean, I have a feeling I'm dealing with two people who, a little bit, whatever. But you want to have to stay home with a child for whatever reason, that's your business. I have to know for the purposes of my business whether you claim this was a gift. He said it was a loan, and I have to know if he says it was a loan, from what did he expect you? That actually is a question that would be helpful for you. So, I mean, I want you to try to be a three-process thinker.
Right.
Now, the defendant wasn't working.
Correct. She wasn't working, but she was receiving a check every month.
Just a second. She was receiving a check every month from what and in what amount?
The amount I do not know. I was never told the amount.
From what?
From state aid.
She was receiving governmental assistance, which doesn't make you rich. It makes you sustained, but doesn't make you rich. Doesn't certainly make you rich enough to pay back $4,500.
Not right away, no.
Well, how long do you think it would take at $10 a week to pay back $4,500?
We agreed on $20 a week, not 10, but it did be a long time.
Just 1 second. You agreed on $20 a week.
Correct.
Starting when you gave her the money, which was in June.
Yes, so starting July 1st.
Now, Miss Camello, did you agree to pay back Mr. Moody this $4,500 at the rate of $20 a week?
No, we did not. We never had such an agreement.
How do you support yourself?
I do get help from my mother, but it's a hardship on her to help me.
She's your mother.
Yeah.
So you get help from your mother. Who else do you get help from?
State aid.
Well, state aid is state aid.
It was $748 a month, but my son just turned 18, so they lowered it to $604. I brought that with me if you'd like to see it.
Do you have additional care for your son? Does he require additional help?
Well, I mean, I help him in regards to his medical problems.
What I'm saying to you is, in addition to yourself, is there another health aid required to help take care of your adult son?
No, ma'am.
Did he go to high school?
Well, he was on home hospital. A teacher came to the house to teach him.
Until when?
He graduated at the beginning of this last June, 2019.
And you're involved in a custody battle, according to the papers here. And the custody battle involves what child or children?
I have a 1-year-old daughter, and yeah, I needed to establish custody because I was physically assaulted by this person.
You have a 1-year-old child, you have an 18-year-old who needs assistance.
Yes.
And then you have a 1-year-old.
Yes.
Has the 1-year-old lived with you continuously since birth?
Yes.
And who initiated the proceeding in court? Who is the plaintiff in the court action?
With my child?
With your 1-year-old.
I am.
When was it initiated?
I got the day after Mr. Moody gave me the money, so I actually have my court paperwork. We went to court a few weeks after that.
Was the father of the child granted any visitation?
Only once a week for 2 hours.
So the answer is yes, once a week for 2
Yes.
hours. Did your mother give you any money towards the lawyer?
No, she could not. That's why I asked for
I'm just asking.
help.
So
Yeah,
the answer is no. When is your next court appearance?
Well, it was supposed to be on the 23rd, but I just got a call this morning. My lawyer went into labor because she's pregnant, so there's going to be a continuance. They said 22 days from the 23rd, so sometime in October.
Okay, so now you have no reasonable expectation of being paid back.
I still agreed. I thought we were going to stick to our agreement of the payment of the $20 a week. I didn't know that her payment got lowered. We haven't talked. Ever since I mentioned coming to court, we don't talk.
It doesn't make any difference, sir. From $600 a month to take care of herself, a 1-year-old, and an incapacitated 18-year-old adult.
He's more capable of getting around. I've met him.
You don't do that on $600 a month and expect to pay back.
I never knew the dollar amount of what she was getting.
Well, then you should have. Actually, you should have. If I was to lend somebody $5,000 and all I had in the bank was $20,000 and I'm not working, I would find out if it was just an arm's distance loan, how much you're going to pay.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
When did you go out for dinner with her?
We never did.
Never.
She thought it was a date, but I said, bring your kids and bring my daughter. That's not a date.
No, Your Honor, I have a text, him asking me to go look at the moon with him. We never went out to dinner.
Listen to me, you're not a victim.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
Todd Moody says his former friend, Nancy Camello, owes for a loan to obtain an attorney for a custody battle.
If I was to lend somebody $5,000 and all I had in the bank was $20,000 and I'm not working, I would find out how much you're going to pay me back and where are you going to get the money from?
She planned on getting the money from her ex by filing for him to pay her attorney fees, and that's what she was going to pay me back with. That's what she had said, because she went to court on the 9th, and that's when After the 9th, she never responded back to me, so on the 19th is when I went to go file for small claims.
On the 19th of?
July 2019.
Your Honor, that's not true. I have several text
How
messages.
could you go to file on the 19th of July? You mean 4 weeks later you went to file?
Yeah, and I told her about it on the 25th of July of this year. She had made no attempt to do anything. She didn't call me and tell me I don't have the money right now. Because I told her if you don't...
When did you go out for dinner with her?
We never did.
Never.
No, we didn't do it. She thought it was a...
No, Your Honor, I have a text, him asking me to go look at the moon with him. I have other text messages.
Listen to me.
We never went out to dinner.
Listen to me. You're not a victim.
I'm not.
You're not a victim.
Not saying that I am.
You're not a victim. You needed money, and if you needed money, and if he wanted to give it to you because he was, I don't know, smitten in high school, that's the only reason somebody would give you $4,500. When they only have 20. What?
Because of her daughter. I have 4 kids, and I know what it's like to have your kids taken away. I didn't want that happening to her.
She wasn't having her kids taken away. Her daughter was with her.
That's what she was afraid of.
I was not afraid of that.
No.
I have a restraining order on this person.
Shh. Don't speak. No, that's not what she was afraid of. She's the plaintiff in the action, sir. She's the plaintiff in the action.
I understand that, but she had no attorney, but he did. So that's what she was afraid of.
She's the plaintiff in the action. He wasn't asking for custody. She's the plaintiff in the action. I don't know under what circumstances she's the plaintiff in the action. However, I think, Ms. Camello, that you should stop paying him back $20 a week. I think that was your agreement.
That was not. I actually have text messages of him telling me not to worry about it.
Oh, I'd like to see those.
Okay.
That would make it not to worry about paying him back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, not to pay him back.
Shh. I'm going to read them.
Okay.
I'm going to read them.
The first set I have...
No, just show me. Don't read it.
Okay. Let me see. Green.
Don't tell me what he's doing. I'll read it and interpret it myself.
Here, here you go.
No, don't give me all that junk.
Well, I'll have to look through, Your Honor.
I'm not listening to... Oh, well, clearly, if this is what you're showing me, Miss Camello, the plaintiff expected to be repaid because you say to him, hey, good morning. I wanted to know if you would be okay with me waiting to see at court, if this is July 4th, if the judge makes Alan pay my attorney's fees. And if so, I'm hoping I could just give it all back to you in one lump sum.
Yes.
Quiet. If that's not okay, after paying my bills, I have a little money left, and I can give you at least a little payment back to start off with. Just let me know, and happy 4th. So now we have clearly a loan.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Oh, this is very nice of him. It shows that he's a nice person and you're not. It says, okay.
It looks a certain way, but it's not that way.
Okay. No, that's it. That's way...
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
Todd Moody claims former friend, custody battle, and refuses to pay him back.
Now, you say to him, hey, good morning. I wanted to know if you would be okay with me waiting to see if the judge makes Alan pay my attorney's fees. And if so, I'm hoping I could just give it all back to you in one lump sum. So now we have clearly a loan, because you say, I can give it back to you, I hope, in one lump sum if the court orders somebody else to pay my counsel fees, because I don't work.
Yes,
and the thing that one of the things that you don't do, one of the things that you don't do if you have difficulty taking care of one child is having another one.
Well, I was engaged to this person, Your Honor.
There's no question. There's no question out there for you.
And I cannot predict the future.
There's no question out there for you. What you just gave me supports the plaintiff's allegation that you understood you had to give this money back. You were hoping the court would order somebody else to pay it. But if they didn't, you had a little left over from what you get every month, and you could start to make payments. That's what you say in the text.
I'm sorry, I have to look through these. There's some other text messages where he's saying otherwise, agreeing to other things.
Dated July 4th, acknowledges a loan. Now, if what you want to show me is that he forgave the loan, because right now, this acknowledges a loan. So only show me where he forgave the loan.
If I may have a moment to look for that.
You can have all the time you need.
Okay, here we go. Let me see. Let me see. Well, here's one.
I need the date of this.
There's no date on that one?
No. Oh, well, this is very nice of him. It shows that he's a nice person and you're not. It says, okay.
It looks a certain way, but it's not that way.
Okay. No, that's way.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Closed captioning sponsored by. Have you been cheated? Go to judgejudy.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Oh, well, this is very nice of him. It shows that he's a nice person and you're not. It says, okay.
It looks a certain way, but it's not that way.
Okay. No, that's way. Okay, he says to you, but I'm not in a rush, and if it costs, no, I don't want to be added stress. I'd rather you take longer than not have money for your bills or your kids.
Your Honor, he began asking me out after he gave me the money. I refused him. I have a text of him telling me he wants to buy me Chanel perfume. I told him no.
Do me a
I don't
favor.
want
I don't
anything from him.
Listen to me.
I said no.
Listen to me. I don't give a rat's behind about whether or not he wanted to take you out afterwards.
Well, he's
at the time,
suing me because I
I'm
said
speaking.
no
I'm
to
speaking.
him.
Listen, you don't look like that much of a prize. Let's move further. You
That's
acknowledge
really
in the text
rude.
and you acknowledge in the texts that you gave me that it was a loan. He was a nice guy. He said, so you can't give it back to me all at one time because at first you said, I think the judge is going to let me get the counsel fees from Alan, who was evidently the father of this 1-year-old. Didn't happen, so I can pay you back little bits at a time because I have extra money. He's a nice enough guy. He said to you, I don't want to stress you. If you need more time, take more time. And the response to that niceness is you're saying, well, he really was harassing me because he really wanted more from me than just friendship and being a nice guy. And that's why he's doing his judgment for the plaintiff. $500. We're done.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
He liked playing video games and staying at home with the dog. That was it.
A defiant son.
I said, Nicholas, if you're choosing to not go to college.
I want the dog back.
And he said no.
Next Judge Judy.
He stalked me. He wouldn't leave me alone. He wouldn't stop asking me out.
Stalking, that's funny, because I wasn't stalking her. I was at my house. The only time I went over there was when she invited me over to give her the money.
He continuously asked me out, and I said, no, I don't want to go out with you.
I asked her out to dinner because I know what it's like to be depressed. Don't sit in the house. It's going to make it worse.
I told him that I was very depressed with what I was going through and to please leave me alone.
She called me crying. I didn't answer my phone. And so I called her back. I texted her, are you okay?
I told him that I needed money.
No, horrible. She started telling me what was wrong, so I started talking to her. She said, needed money.
That was our original agreement. But then he said, don't worry about it.
I had it. She's a friend